Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Shot on Target. Now, this week's episode we have FA Cup making a return. There's been more games played in the Premier League, and Northampton have made it to League One, which was not expected at all. But
It kind of was.
well, it was after the second leg, but you know, it's good for them. But before we get into that, please make sure to subscribe, like this video, comment on it, any suggestions, and also follow us on Twitter.
Yeah, that seems good.
So let's talk about the FA Cup first. Obviously, Arsenal have made it into the semi-final
We have indeed.
with a late winner. Do you want to share your thoughts?
Yeah, for the 30th time, might I add. One of only two teams to do that, us and United.
Wait, who? What? I can't hear you.
The first team to make it to 30 semi-finals.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Man United have done that as well.
Yep.
I don't know who else has made it to that many semi-finals. But I also know that if you go in order of the last teams left, Arsenal have won the most FA Cups with 13. Man United have 12. I'm not sure how many Chelsea have, but I know it's more than City do. So, yeah. But, so it was a pretty even-ish game, I'd say, till about 70 minutes. Obviously,
Sheffield United were over you.
they were a lot.
Did they get a red card?
The last 20 minutes.
No,
No,
they didn't.
the last 20 minutes they were all over us,
Yeah.
like massively. But I think we showed really good character, you know, after conceding so late in the game. And obviously everyone's thinking, okay, extra time, that's not really great.
Yeah.
We don't really want to be going to that. If we can get it done in 90 minutes, we want to do that. It took 91 minutes, but luckily for us, Danny Ceballos popped up with a good finish.
Didn't he had an incident with one of the Sheffield United defenders, and then literally like 2 minutes after he scores.
Yeah.
It was,
That's what you call getting your own back.
but what we've now got to think about is City. You're playing City next,
yes.
and you lost 3-0 to them recently.
Thing is though, the last time we met them in an FA Cup semi-final at Wembley, we beat them 2-1.
Is it at Wembley? It is, isn't
It is Wembley. Yeah.
We beat them 2-1.
So are you confident with the semis, or do you
Or I think the better question is FA Cup or Europa League spot.
yes.
I would take Europa League spot,
I'll go FA Cup.
honestly. Yeah, but
Purely because of the size of West Ham.
Yeah, how long was Arsenal won it?
Shut up.
yeah, I would go Europa League. I mean, we can still make that.
You
we're
can.
We're only what, 3
Two.
or 4 points off it.
No, I think it's two.
Not even that,
two
like
or
2.
three.
Yeah, Spurs
6
are in
games
7th.
left to play as well.
The Europa League spots come right down to 7th. Should City's ban not
This-
get
This
withdrawn.
wind is strong today, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a bit windy.
Yeah, we're in a new location and
We're in a field
in a field, which
with a goal.
yeah, shot on target.
Yeah.
I wanna kill myself.
anyway, so that's so you think you can get through?
Yeah, I mean, Spurs are 2 points above us in 7th. And I mean, if we win tonight against Norwich,
You should do.
so obviously this is being filmed on the Wednesday before it comes out.
So it literally
So-
kicks off in the next
Next 5 hours.
4 or 5 hours, yeah.
It's like 7:30 kickoff. But I mean, Norwich at home, if we can't win that, we have no hope.
You're in
I
the dumps.
think if you don't win against
thing
Norwich,
that
I
worries
think you just
me-
throw the Europe position out and just go for
Yeah,
the
just go for the
trophy.
FA Cup. But the thing that worries me is the fact that it took United about 115 minutes to beat Norwich. I mean, granted
Yeah.
that was away, but I mean, home advantage, our first actual home game back, which I actually question that. That is quite a stat, you know. Every other team has had a home game,
And Arsenal haven't.
apart from Arsenal.
I mean, I don't.
Premier League.
Like I said, I still
are you
feel
doing?
like away teams have had the better percentage of win-loss ratio against.
I mean,
the away
yeah.
team have a better ratio.
I mean, we've played 4 away games, won 2, lost 2.
One of them
So I
being
mean,
the
one was
cup.
in a cup, so not really beneficial apart from getting to a semi. But I mean, 3 points out of 9.
Not quite.
At this point, I wanted 6.
I like it how we're going into my section of the podcast.
Well, we may as well move on to that
Yeah.
now.
I'll let Tom
I'll
take
give you
over.
the
That's
stats and
enough about
facts.
Did I put stats? Did I put it on here? No, I put it on my phone. That was it.
Oh,
I'll give you that anyway, just to because it's very windy.
So
Nice.
I think as David kind of moved over to the previews and like what we've done, we've picked a few games that were in game week 31.
32,
32.
31/32.
Yeah,
31/32, and we'll preview the. Oh, well, I've put down here. We'll do the Arsenal Norwich game even, the West Ham Chelsea game, which is the late kickoff today as of recording, and then the Man City Liverpool game, which will be tomorrow for us. Wouldn't it?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah,
So-
Thursday.
Did a little bit of research. I'll quickly go over the Arsenal Norwich game, as we just touched upon it. Arsenal are coming into this game with 2 wins out of their last 4 games. One of those wins coming from the FA Cup semi-final against Sheffield United, like we just said. Norwich haven't won a game since the 4th of March.
Wow.
4th of March.
Yeah, that properly implies the fact that if Arsenal lose tonight,
And do you know
I'm
what-
going to jump out.
Although 4th of March was just before the restart, or just
Well,
before break.
have a guess who it's against.
It's against West Ham, wasn't it?
West Ham.
No, it wasn't.
Oh,
Spurs in the FA Cup.
Oh yeah.
oh wow.
They
Tim
beat them
Krul
on
with the
penalties.
madness with all the names on his water bottle.
And Tom Cantwell doing kick-ups in front of the
Oh
home
yeah,
end.
that was nerves of steel. You know, kick-ups before he plays sit down and slams it top bins. How cool do you like?
I mean, there's nothing else to do for Canaries apart from the FA Cup. Well,
Well, there was.
there was hope for them, but
They've
they,
now got nothing. I mean,
I got
it's
these-
not like they're like massively far out of the running, but
No,
But
but no,
if
I
you
got
look at
these.
their
I got
games-
these stats when literally before they played Man United in the FA Cup.
it was like while they were playing. I think.
Yeah, so it's an easy win for the Gooners.
Gooners.
London's red.
Well, you would hope so anyway. Easy win.
I think it's
Yeah.
easy win for you.
I think 3-0 if I'm playing it safe. 3-1.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think I'm going to go Pepe, Alba, and Nketiah to score.
Nketiah, who's only scored 2 goals out of his last 3 games.
He's gonna have a madness game.
But most of those
I
games coming
mean-
off the bench.
No, he scored against Southampton when he started.
Yeah, but
That was a bit of a lucky
that's
goal.
only
to be
one of the
fair,
games
but
though. He's only played 3
He's-
games at Leeds. He's only played 3 games at
He's
Arsenal.
a madness. For
I can't,
his
I
age,
can't,
he's
I can't
mad.
really put. I can't really say much because I haven't seen him play. I mean, he hasn't played much, has he? So
I mean, not really, but I mean that's because of his age.
I think we move over to my team, West Ham, playing Chelsea. Late kickoff, Wednesday night,
And the dog.
London derby at the London Stadium.
Well, you say that, but you beat them 1-0.
We beat them 1-0
I
at
was going to say
theirs.
he beat 1-0 away, so I don't see any reason why he
But
can't.
were they in the rough patch then? Or
I don't know.
was it a lucky
thing
goal?
is, though,
Didn't really
Chelsea-
see that much.
I got this stuff here. West Ham hosting this game with 2 2-0 losses against some top sides of Spurs, the likes of Spurs and Wolves.
Yeah.
I mean, I was hoping something against Spurs, but it was handball. It was handball. I'm just saying.
We're not going back.
Yeah, we're not going
Go,
back
go.
there.
This is the stat that I told when I was getting this stuff. I was like, this is the thing that I don't want you guys to see. Where is it?
Are you ready, David? I'm ready.
I'm ready.
With only 3 shots on target, I don't see anything coming out of this game.
What, you?
What do you mean?
The last 2 games we've had 3 shots on target
What in total?
in total. Collective. 3 shots on target. Are you right?
Oh,
Arsenal have got more injuries.
You're going to get battered.
With only 3 shots on target, I don't see anything coming out of this game for West Ham. Purely, unless we put a natural striker in the striker position. I mean, Antonio has played striker pretty much most of the season.
How long's Alera up for?
He's fit, but he might not be back till the Norwich game.
Which is?
A week today, I think, or next game week. I can't remember.
Okay.
But I mean,
3
Antonio,
shots on target.
3 shots on target.
Wait,
I'm
how
s-
many shots have you had in total? Do you know?
Probably like 7, 10. I don't know. I didn't check that.
Because I mean, if you'd
I was
only had
I'm more worried about the 3
If-
shots on target.
yeah, but thing is though, if you'd had like 20 shots and 3 on target, it'd be funny. But at least you'd like been in had attacking chances, just not been on target.
It has not paid off well.
But,
I mean, Antonio yes, he is a striker. He can play right back, he can play right mid, left wing, right wing. But he is a striker, but he needs a striker partner with him. And Moyes,
He's got the pace.
Moyes came out and said he doesn't trust Silva, the guy that I've been talking to you guys about.
Yeah.
Wait, if you don't put faith in youngsters, how are they going to gain confidence?
Exactly.
That's...
Moyes is a good manager.
It's not-
Okay,
not
let
what
me
he said
rephrase
last
that.
week.
He's
He's a good manager with the right squad.
He's all right with he's an all right manager, but
Championship manager.
he doesn't know how to motivate players.
Yeah.
And I mean, Mark Noble came out in an interview like last week when we played against Spurs.
Mhm.
He wasn't confident. He was like, "Oh, we might win some games, we might lose some games." No, you don't say that. Declan Rice came out literally after the Spurs game more confident than any other West Ham player.
I think that's what you have to. A lot of older
Honestly.
players maybe are looking at it like they've seen it before, and they're thinking, okay, this might be season done now. We just got to try and save
But no,
what's
that's
left.
not how you go into games like that. Declan
Yeah, but
Rice,
like, if
Declan
players
Rice
have
has the
seen it
right mindset. He cares about the club. He is. If we stay up, he's the next West Ham captain.
He should be your captain. Yeah.
I think he should be captain now. Yeah.
Last game of the season, Mark Noble gets subbed off, passes it over to Declan Rice.
Are you talking about this season? Yeah.
This season against Villa, even if we're losing or if we're drawing at the same time, I don't care. Mark Noble should be subbed off, given the
a round of
armband to
applause.
Rice, and Mark Noble should be like, he's your next captain. So,
Interesting.
I mean, I've been talking too much about West Ham again. I'm sorry. I'll quickly touch upon the Chelsea's recent form. Chelsea coming into this game with maximum points available in the Premier League, especially with an impressive win against Man City. I mean, even though they had 10 men.
I think that just shows how much of an effect Pulisic had on the team.
I mean, but he looks likely to be missing this game
Does he?
with Christensen. He picked up an injury against Leicester in the FA Cup.
Oh yeah, he went off at half time.
So
Frank Lampard was fuming. He was fuming at half time.
yeah.
What about the Liverpool City match?
Well, Man City started this game with guard of honour.
Yeah.
Obviously, Liverpool just won the league prior to that week. Prior to that week.
About a week ago now.
It'll be 2 weeks now.
No, that's 1 week.
2 weeks.
Last Thursday.
Anyway,
Jeez. Lockdown's still getting me confused
Lockdown's
with my
messing
days.
with Zed.
Um,
Just a side note as well. It was I think it was Danny Murphy on Match of the Day. He came out and said, Kevin De Bruyne, one of the world's, if not the world's best midfielder, given a guard of honour to that lot. It just doesn't seem right, does it?
Hopefully, if Man City don't get European spot, which is
Oh, he will go.
not 0.5 out of 10 chance of.
did you see Steve Bruce going
Oh.
to Kevin De Bruyne and
He's
say,
like, he's going to be here next
You
year.
want to come to me?
He's going to be here next year.
"Oh, that made me chuckle."
Going to be here next year, man. With a tit over.
Bit of history between Man City and Liverpool. Man City have only won 2 of their last 5 Premier League meetings against Liverpool. One of them, 1 or 2, I can't remember now. But
Right.
they've only won 2 games in the Premier League against Liverpool. And I see Liverpool winning this by a thread, really. 2-1, Liverpool.
I think
I'm
they
going
will.
2-2.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
going to go
a tight
1-0
game.
City.
It's a tight game.
Will,
gonna go 1-0
I
City.
think I said this before, but has your opinion changed? Will Liverpool stick with a solid? You got your Mane, you got your
Yeah, they
Salah,
will.
or will they play your Origi?
No.
They'll pay for.
They'll
go
play
for
for
the
the
100
100
points.
points.
Yeah.
They will definitely get
They
that.
want to get one over on City.
Yeah.
Even if it means to getting 102, 103 points, they want to get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of done it in the wrong order. We've done the preview first, but we didn't reflect on.
Oh well.
We'll touch upon the previous games. Obviously,
Should we talk about the Villa Wolves?
I'll come to that. Obviously, yeah,
That's
Liverpool.
infuriating.
Liverpool won 4-0 against Palace. Standout of that game was,
Oh,
Well,
Fabinho's goal.
yeah, I was about to.
That was solid.
Fabinho's goal was one of the
Oh,
standout
Lord.
goals of that game. Maybe even that
He nearly
game
took
week.
the net off.
Amazing.
And
Is it just me, or does the ball sound so nice hitting the back of the net
Oh,
in an
it's
empty
so nice.
stadium?
But Palace
Especially
didn't have a
last
shot on
minute.
target at all. Not even a touch in the box.
There was no.
Oh yeah, they didn't have a touch inside Liverpool's box.
I mean, they did.
At all.
They had one, but it wasn't going towards goal.
Was there
It
any
was-
point of Liverpool even having a goalkeeper in?
I was going to say,
play at you.
Allison could have just sat down, you know, had a nap maybe,
Had a cup of tea.
played a bit of Sudoku.
I'm-
something like that.
I'm pretty sure they did get a touch in the box, but it wasn't towards goal. It was away from goal, so I don't think it really counted. But embarrassing, really, if I was a Palace fan.
But,
I mean,
they
it's
don't have
understandable.
relegation to trouble with. They're not going to get top.
Yeah.
They're not going to get top 8 or whatever.
Yeah, Palace are sort of just.
what's there to
They're
play
in the
for?
middle. They've not really got anything to fight for, really, have they?
No. They could actually. They quite possibly could challenge for. Oh no, that's Burnley. Never mind.
That's
Burnley.
Burnley.
Burnley are
Bruh.
doing well.
Burnley are doing well, actually.
What's
But
the next?
the
game?
thing of Burnley though, I think Sean Dyche was saying he's not got a lot of fit players left out on the bench. He's only got 7 players on the bench.
I mean, he beat Palace 1-0 with
So it's 7 players.
with third choice striker, third choice left back that was playing left mid, and second choice. No, he played McNeil, a natural
4-2-3-1, I
wide
think.
player, in a cam position,
Yeah.
and he still beat Crystal Palace 1-0.
Sean Dyche is actually one of the most underrated.
I
managers.
want him as our next manager. If we can't get in, I'm talking about West Ham again. I'm sorry.
I don't
Yeah.
think, but I don't think Dyche would leave Burnley.
He will. He wants to leave.
Is he?
Yeah, he wants to leave.
Come to Arsenal, mate.
I mean, you're happy with Arteta, so.
Yeah, but Dyche is mad.
Um,
With a better squad, Dyche would be a class manager.
I mentioned the Chelsea Man City game
Yeah.
little bit
Liverpool winning the title.
with the title
It was
because of that
expected,
game.
really. Anyway.
Now we've got Aston Villa against Wolves. I think I'll let Zach talk about this
I'm
one
just going to go to
briefly.
sleep. Wake me up when he's finished ranting.
I'm not going to rant. I'm just going to talk.
A bit louder, maybe.
Bit louder. All right. Give me time. I saw this is what I've noticed with Villa since Project Restart. We've actually done well in the first half. You see, I think most of the games have ended 0-0 in the first half with Villa.
Yeah.
Um,
There's no end product there.
Most of the time I've gone in at half time thinking we could get something from this game. I mean, yeah.
Sorry.
literally. We need 3 points now. We got Liverpool next, which be a
Oh,
battering,
You're
let's
going to
be
get
honest.
battered.
Um,
Absolutely tearing you.
But you know, people were saying Smith out after the game, and there was actually rumours it was close to getting
I saw something
Smith
today
out.
about £125 million like rebuild of something, but I can't remember exactly what.
Anyway, yeah.
Ah.
Oh, alright.
Hello, dog.
Anyway, Smith out's been Smith. Yeah, that's not happening anymore.
I don't,
He's being trusted
I
for the
think
last
that,
6
that,
games.
would be a mistake.
that's quite sad. I mean, if you get rid of the lifelong Villa fan, Dad being the steward at the ground and just sacking him,
That is sad, and I think that's a bad decision in my opinion.
yeah. I'm just watching this dog.
But you know, Wolves they're a class side.
They are.
It's classed as a derby, but it's not really a derby. They're just the closest team to us in the Premier League.
They are a top 7 side.
Top 7, and that will
Well, the top 6 side.
Villa haven't done. Do you know what I noticed? Right, someone said this. Villa have scored first against most top 6 sides this season. We scored first against Liverpool. We scored first against Chelsea. Scored first against Man United, but we've lost all of them.
First against Arsenal.
First against Arsenal. You know, we're losing them. We need to.
There's no bottle.
They're not playing. They're not. I don't even know.
He's getting upset.
Jack Grealish, right?
I don't think he's
I
playing
think
well.
he thrives off crowds. You know.
I don't think he's playing well.
He's not playing to his best. I don't know what's happened. Whether he knows, right, when in the back of his mind there's a possibility of us going down, he's thought, right, I'm probably going to have to move from this club soon.
He will,
Our best player by far since Project Restart is Douglas Luiz, centre defensive midfield.
and he might be going as well.
He might,
good,
you
yeah.
know, McGinn as well. I've got McGinn on the back of my shirt. I was saying to Tom on the way
I
here.
don't know why you're not playing Pepe Reina. 'Cause
Oh,
I
he's
know.
he's
not
untrustworthy. But Nyland,
No,
likewise, really.
anyway, I was saying to Tom on the way here, like, I've got McGinn on the back of my shirt, so if he goes, it just like,
But I kind of said, you've got that player on that shirt to remind you of that player wearing that shirt during that season.
McGinn is an absolute bargain. $2.5 million we got him for.
And he was injured for most of the season.
He's injured, yeah, but he's class in the
But
championship.
I think the bright side of it is you're going to get a lot of money for him.
In from
More,
John.
well,
I just
more than
think-
you got
I think, right, we're going to lose against Liverpool, we're going to lose against United. We have to turn up. We have to put in a fight. I think maybe we can get some points against Crystal Palace.
You're the same points as us, and you need 10 points.
Not 10, because it
No,
depends
you
how
need-
other
you
teams.
need-
We can't rely on teams around us to lose.
I think
No,
they're
no,
kind of
that's
like
what-
you kind of they're kind
No,
of
that's
lucky
what I'm
though.
saying. Regardless of the teams around you, you need 10 points to stay up.
Yeah.
They're lucky though because the game in end you've got is against Chelsea, and I don't think you're going to win that.
I think.
So they're
Very
kind of lucky in
It'll be
that
very
way.
lucky if we get a draw.
I think we
really.
could. The most likely games we'll get points from is Crystal
Palace.
Palace, Everton, if we're lucky, and
Us.
West Ham on the last day, which I'm
Well, that's-
quaking my boots for. But
That's only a maximum of 9 points though.
and
so-
at the end of the Wolves game, literally last 10 minutes, I was falling asleep. It was that boring. I could not see any fight or passion into the game. Whenever I hear like the crowd noise going, I knew it was for Wolves.
No, it's
Ridiculous. I'm not happy with
the
it.
bottom 5 clubs. They're terrible. We have none of us have won a game.
Do you know what though? I saw something funny, right? I sent it to the boys on the group chat. I said, the bottom 5 clubs have played 13 games or something. 3 points out of the whole 5 clubs have been
Out of all 5 clubs,
out
they've
of
all
all
been-
5
all
clubs
been
have been
draws.
earned, and 2 of them were from Villa. That's not doesn't make a difference, but I just found that funny. Anyway,
I think
But
we
that's
should move-
ironic though, because then Villa are out of the bottom 5 are third from bottom.
second.
Oh, the second from bottom.
We just need to turn up to the game, show some fight, and that's all I ask for.
It's
If we
all-
go
it's
down
all
with,
about
if we go
morals.
down with a fight, I'll be happy. Well, I won't be happy, but you know what I mean.
Be content with it.
Yeah. And I feel like, do you know what I'm going to say this now? If we go down, I feel like we have a chance of coming straight back up. That's only if we build the right squad.
only.
Only.
If you can keep some players.
Yeah.
I think, we got Horaham, we'll keep him. Anyway, that's
I think,
going off.
I
a
think
bit.
that's a good point to kind of move on.
Yeah.
I did have one more game, but I think we need to.
We can talk about our predictions in another video.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll move on to
Not the FA Cup.
not the FA Cup.
the
We've already
League-
done that.
We'll
League
move on to
Two
the League
playoffs
2
final.
playoffs.
Yes.
David, you watched most of that.
Stabbed my hand on it.
Mainly because we said before we're MK Don supporters, so it's interesting to see who will come up and who will be an away day for us next season.
Oh yes.
Cobblers.
And Cobblers, we're coming to visit again.
This makes me cringe.
Oh, I am very excited. I do love a Cobblers away day. It is very fun.
Didn't one of your mates
One of my mates, I messaged my mate saying, "Oh, who do you think will win?" And he said, "Oh, Cobblers. The only reason Cobblers is a good way day because you can march through the town and sing." Apparently, you've lost at their ground most times.
Nah, the League 2, when we played in League 2 2 seasons ago, so when we had Tisdale, we were 2-0 up, and then we bottled it and drew 2-2. I mean, we didn't lose, but I mean, it's still a class away day though.
It's like
it is just
20-minute journey.
Yeah, it's
I'm
just
gonna
up the
take-
road.
I'm just going to take your word for it because I can't really say much about it.
Like it's
We've
just
never
up the
been to
road.
an away day.
It's easy to get to. It's cheap and it's fun. Like honestly, there's no better feeling than just marching through the town, just like taking the
local
town
one.
by storm.
So yeah, do you want to talk about that much?
But yeah, so I mean, I think we thought Northampton were going to win it, but not by the margin that they did. I mean,
4-0.
4-0 in a playoff final.
I think that's like the biggest win in,
I
in
think
a
they
playoff
said it was
final.
one of the biggest wins in a playoff final they've ever seen. But I mean, for me, I think Exeter were done by half time. I think
Yeah.
they were done.
No, yeah, they were.
The
I
game
mean,
was
2-0
done
down
before
at
the
half time. Game was done.
The only player that I liked in that Exeter City side was their right wing back, Williams.
Number 11.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
he's a good player. I think he deserves to come up to League One because I don't think he's
maybe
quite
more
League Two caliber.
Championship.
No, I don't
No,
think he's
he's-
good enough for that. I think
I
maybe
watched him, he's
mid-table
very-
to top League One team, he's good enough for that. But
I enjoyed watching him. I thought he was a really good player actually.
yeah, I mean, think Ryan Watson, obviously gained promotion with us last year, then went back to Northampton Town.
Yeah.
Bit of a Judas, but oh well, is what it is.
Bleep that. That's more work for Tom now.
Oh well,
I didn't know it, so.
oh well.
you
But,
have to help me with that one, 'cause I didn't
Yeah,
win.
so bit of a Judas, but he's then got promoted with Northampton as well. So if he comes back next year, I don't really know what reception he's going to get. I don't think he's going to get a warm run, Dons, if he stays with Northampton. But yeah, so obviously 2 goals in the first half, 2 goals in the second half, and obviously a red card. So, obviously, we said the game was done by half time, but I think it was kind of cemented that Northampton were going to be the ones to win the game when Northampton went down, when Exeter went down to 10 men.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really know why he's done that. It's late, it's from behind, and, well, it's reckless, to be honest. But there was no need to do it. He's kind of cost his team there. But to be fair, I was thinking, if Exeter can get an early goal in the second half, I think they can maybe bring it back, because the momentum would have swung their way. But obviously then they went and had a man sent off, and 2 more goals scored against them. So yeah, so congratulations to them.
See you next season.
Isn't League One coming happening?
Yes, so
next
League
season?
1 is this Friday, the first leg, and the second leg is Monday, and
Then
then
the final will be
the
the
next
Monday
After
after.
Monday.
official.
So 2 weeks. In 2 weeks' time, we shall have all the playoffs from Leagues 1 and 2 done.
Oh, this hair is really annoying me.
Yeah, the wind is kind of annoying with the hair blowing this way and that way.
Got a mop.
But yeah, so by this time next week, we will have the League 1 playoff final set, and we can speak a little bit more in depth about the League 1 playoff semi-finals.
Which local? Well, you've got Oxford United and you've got Wickham, who are kind of next door neighbours to.
Yeah,
Dons,
next
would you
door
say?
neighbours.
Buckinghamshire.
So which one
Bucks
was?
Derby. For me, I want Fleetwood to go up,
I
because
personally-
I want to go to Oxford, Portsmouth, and Wickham. I don't want Wickham to go because Wickham is
I
good.
really want to go to Portsmouth, but I think they're legend. I think they'll go up.
They're the best sides out of the
I think
four.
Portsmouth have the best side out.
Yeah,
Portsmouth in the Championship, that'll be a good one.
yeah.
But yeah.
That's it really about the league, the lower leagues.
Yeah,
really,
that's
isn't
all we've really got to bring you on that this week.
Congratulations on that.
We'll have more on that next week.
We've also got some transfer news coming up.
it? Oh, we
Or
do.
coming up.
We do.
have some.
Mostly confirmed, I think.
Big transfer news coming out last
Shocking
night.
stuff. But Tom, you've got the stats and facts.
Stats and facts. My turn again.
Your
Yay.
turn
Are
again.
we starting with the biggest one of the lot, which we kind of saw coming but didn't think would happen?
I mean,
What one was that?
The
Sancho.
Oh yeah.
Right, I've got it down here. It says Man United won't pay more than 50 million for Dortmund winger Jadon Sancho.
It's worth at least 80 million.
I'm sorry,
He's worth about
that is
75. I'd say.
disrespectful to the player. Honestly,
Yeah, would you not pay more than 50 million for him? He gets in the national
pay-
side
they-
consistently.
They paid more for Harry Maguire than they do want to for.
and they were happy
Harry
they were
Maguire.
happy to pay 75 million for Grealish.
Yeah, for Grealish.
I'm sorry, but Sancho is 10 times.
Way more
Yeah,
potential.
no,
as
no
well.
disrespect to Grealish. I mean, but I think he's sort of realised his potential, and I think they're very different players.
I think Sancho is so
Grealish
much
is a
better.
lot more down and dirty, drawing the fouls, whereas Sancho is a lot more, let's
Flair.
run the channels.
He's a better dribbler.
That's the word.
He's got the flair.
That is the word.
Grealish fights to protect the ball.
I mean, I like his 5-star skill boost on FIFA, but
Talking about in real life, not FIFA.
Two different things.
I mean, Dortmund demands 100 mil and upwards really for him,
That's
and
fair
which
enough.
is understandable. A 19-year-old at that quality, at that price range
that
is.
potential as
Be
well.
the next Ronaldo.
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay, so the next transfer bit of business is to do with Sheffield United. Henderson has extended his loan till the end of the season.
Good decision.
Personally, I think
Go on. Yeah.
should sign a bless you.
Hey, FIFA. It's all good. Stay away.
Personally, I think that. anyway, permanent deal at Sheffield United, I reckon Henderson, unless
I can see that.
I could see
unless
it
Man
happening.
United give him more game time.
I think imagine United selling De Gea.
I think when De Gea comes to retirement, I think they'll then buy him.
No, but that's
Buy
just
him
a
back.
waste. That's just a waste of money.
That's a waste of money because he'll then improve more and more, and then there won't be a profit
No, actually,
I
no,
think if they
they'll
want-
put a sell on for it.
They'll either
or buyback clause for 2 years or something.
Yeah.
they have to make the decision of De Gea out now, Henderson in now, or
Mix.
Henderson to Sheffield permanently, and we missed the opportunity to have Henderson. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically it.
Do you want to? Right, shall we stick to Manchester United and talk about
Angel Gomez.
or shall we move to Manchester City?
I think we do.
Just a quick one regarding like youngsters as well.
Yeah.
Did anyone see Carlo Ancelotti the other day? And a reporter asked him why they were letting this youngster go, and he just went, "Sorry, I don't know who this is. Who is this?"
No, never
And
saw that.
he saw the funny side of it 'cause he put it out. He put the video out on his Twitter, like laughing at it. But that's quite funny that he didn't even know. Like, surely you'd tell the manager.
Anyway, that's funny.
We'll stay on the red side of Man United.
Stay on the red side, the best.
The red
better
side of Man United. You mean the red side of Manchester?
Man United.
What's the other side of Man United? Is it blue?
You know, you got the idea, all right? You got the idea. Bug fuck.
Oh.
Wow.
Anyway, talk about
The red side of Manchester.
Yeah, there we go. Got there in the end.
Manchester United. It's because I read it off.
Yeah.
Yes,
Anyway,
okay.
we understand.
Get to the point.
Hardy ha.
Manchester United boss Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I don't know why I
That's
changed the accent.
awful pronunciation.
That's why Gunnar Solskjaer.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Same, you know. He has confirmed the highly rated youngster Angel Gomez is set to leave the club when his contract expires yesterday
Yeah.
or next Tuesday.
Well, either way,
One
he's leaving.
of the Tuesdays. It's one of the Tuesdays.
One of the many Tuesdays
Where
in
do
the
you think he'll
52
go to?
weeks of the year.
West Ham. I know it's West Ham again.
Boring, man.
I know, but wish him to die, darn mate. Cringe. We were looking at him for quite a while.
I
You're
think he
looking at
might be
it
I
quite
mean,
good at
but
it.
it's not big news like West Ham are looking at Angel Gomez for like
Oh, shut up.
two weeks now. Blah, blah, blah. It's been on the low. It's you have to like dig deep to find it. I did see it somewhere that West Ham were interested in him.
Interesting.
But it'll be interesting where he goes really because he's highly rated. He does sound like a good future in the England squad or however he wants to play football really.
Yeah.
But no, he's if he picks the right team, he can excel well, I think.
Yeah.
And then we'll move to
Move to the big one.
the big one of this kind of
And it was quite a
We-
shock to me, actually.
I mean,
I'm
you
surprised.
could. It was talked about for quite a while.
Sané has agreed a deal with Bayern Munich worth around what 45 to 50 million
Like
pounds.
50 million, yeah. It's a
Well,
good
would you
deal for
value
them.
him more? Is it
To be
about-
fair,
No,
I
don't.
wouldn't value it more. I think that's a good price. But the thing is, for me, it's what I was thinking about. I was like, do they need him?
No.
Exactly. So I can't work out why they bought him.
Well, no, they bought him ages
Unless
ago.
it leads me to believe that they're planning on offloading someone.
and
I
buying
mean,
someone
I
big?
think Bruno Fernandes, not Bruno Fernandes,
Wrong
fucking
side of
hell.
Manchester.
Bernardo Silva. Jeez, I'm making like a disrespect on both players now.
You are.
But Bernardo Silva came in after Sane, and I think he's picked up more
More
than
games, hasn't
Sane. But Sane did have an injury, I believe.
he? Yeah, he's been injured since the Community Shield in August last year.
So but I'm just mainly looking at the Bayern Munich side for next season. They're going to win
Crazy.
it for 10
Ninth
times in a
time.
row now, isn't it? Or
No,
nine?
ninth.
Ninth. Their
Come on,
attack.
that was 2 episodes ago. Keep
Yeah.
up.
It's,
Episode 2. Go check it out.
Lewandowski, Perisic, Sané, Coutinho if he stays, which is very unlikely. Muller, Goretzka.
Crazy.
I don't rate Perisic.
Mm,
I think he's good. He's a good player.
popular opinion.
I don't think that's it really.
Shall
for
we
transfer
move on
rumours.
to our main topic?
The main
Yes.
topic that when I first heard of this main topic, I was a bit like,
He was a bit off it, but I think it's a good discussion point.
it could work. I mean, you're gonna hate not my opinions.
We'll
but
see. We'll see how it goes. If you hate us for our opinions, don't hate us. But yeah, so we're doing unpopular opinions. We've each got between 3 and 5 unpopular opinions. We're going to talk about,
And if
discuss it.
They were like, "Oh, find 5." I've only got 3.
He's got 3. I've got 5. David's got about 4, I think.
Yeah, 3 or 4.
So I may as well start with my first one, and then we'll go to David and then Tom after that.
Well, why if I go now while you get yours up?
Mine. I'm literally mine's here.
Oh, is it?
So, my first one, I've said, it's a cup one. I said, the League Cup should only be for the Championship and below. No Premier League clubs allowed.
No, I disagree with that.
Do you disagree? Why?
I think
Well,
I think it gives lower league. I think
Because
You
it's
got the
known
Le-
as the
you
Mickey
got-
Mouse Cup, so what's the
you
point
got
of
the- you
Manchester
got
City
the
winning it each year?
Was it leasing cup for League 1 and 2?
yeah, you've already got a cup for Championship League One.
And anyway, their top 6 sides might not feature in the EFL Cup due to Europa League games.
So just, yeah.
So really, that answer's kind of already
Question.
been.
For me, I think if you were going to do that, I think just exclude top 6 sides.
But what would you class it? Because the top 6 sides just going to change
So
each
whoever,
year.
yeah, but exactly. So whoever finishes in the top 6, you're not in the Carabao Cup next season.
Or change it to the top half of the table.
Yeah, like so the top,
Top
12.
10, top 12.
Top 10.
Okay, top 10 of the Premier League table aren't in it. I
Okay.
would I would do that. I
Because
think that
it
would
gets this, it has the chance of like, what was it, Burton Albion.
work. Yeah.
I know they lost, they got
hammered
thrashing about
9-0.
Man City,
Mm.
but they're playing against Man City in the semi-finals. Was it semis or quarters?
It was the semis, I believe.
One of the finals anyway.
No, it wasn't, but it was Oxford played Manchester City.
no.
That was in the FA Cup this
It
year.
was like
Oh,
last year or the year
oh, I
before.
don't even know, yeah.
EFL Cup.
So I just thought about that and thought, well, it all makes sense, but I mean, I can see where you're coming from. I guess it's just
Yeah, but I can see. I'll be happy for top 10 teams won't feature in the EFL Cup. I think that would be make it interesting. I think a lot more fair.
yeah,
And then
because you could see the likes of Nottingham Forest winning it.
Man United purposely come like 11th
They do terrible one season just to be.
just to have a chance of getting a trophy.
Spurs finished like 14th one season just to get that trophy, you know.
Next
so-
opinion, unpopular opinion.
Am I going
David,
to
you can go now.
Okay. You might not like this.
I can't, what did you say?
You might not like this one. My first unpopular opinion.
London is red.
No. Salah's overrated.
I disagree with that.
I agree, you know.
Salah is overrated.
I don't think he's
Because, here is my reasoning. Look at the first season that he had.
One season wonder,
no,
and then look at this
two
season.
season wonder.
Look at the amount, even so, 60 goals a season, and he's on like 28, 20, mid-20s something this season. He's massively dropped off it.
He's dropped off it, yeah, but I'd still.
But
I-
for,
I-
the
Would you
hype,
class-
for the hype he gets,
he's for the hype he gets, no.
for
But
the
I
hype
wouldn't
he
say
gets, he's overrated.
I wouldn't say he's over. No, I don't know how to say it because he's a really good player.
He is a
Like,
good player,
really.
yeah, but I think he gets too much hype. I
Because-
think
because of his
people,
first two
thinking
seasons.
about it, yeah.
people focus too much on his first season, and they base him purely off that. They don't look at the whole picture and the whole perspective.
I mean, yes, he got Golden Boot back to back, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah, he had a joint.
Because he
one
had the
with one,
joint
yeah.
first.
Join one with Alba and Mane.
That's an interesting one, but no, I'm going to agree with you on that one actually,
Yeah.
David.
I'd say he's overrated.
Let us know what you think.
He's
That'd be
worth a lot of
interesting.
money, but he's
Yeah.
not.
Do you know how to do polls on YouTube? Because we could do if Tom knows how to do a poll, we'll put a poll
If I
up.
can
Do you
figure
think
out
he's
a way to
overrated?
do polls, then
If we can
It'll
figure
be
it out,
somewhere in- somewhere in the corners.
we won't put all of them, but we'll put some of them up.
if I can find it, that
We
is.
can always we can always do a YouTube video about a YouTube video. Anyway, Tom,
You won't like this because I talk about him all the time.
let me guess, it's about Declan
yeah,
Rice.
No, it's not. I know exactly who this is about.
Who's about
Jared Bowen.
Declan Rice.
Oh.
Declan Rice? Isn't it?
I was going to be
Is
one of
it?
the two.
Declan
Okay.
Rice starts over most, if not all, midfielders in the Premier League.
No,
No.
he does not start over.
Do you want to talk
Henderson.
about your reasons? Just talk about your reasons. for
I-
that.
He doesn't get the credit that he deserves.
Alright.
I'd
That's-
agree with that.
That's that.
I
says it
think he's underrated, but I don't think he starts over people.
all. Stats wise, he is better. He's the best, one of the best defensive midfielders in the Premier League.
He's underrated in the league, but I wouldn't say he's one of the best.
I mean, he's top 3 in most defensive midfielder stats against Wilfred Ndidi and Rodri from Man City. I've actually got some defensive stats. Declan Rice versus Rodri at Man City.
Mm-hmm.
Declan Rice has played 3 more games, but almost kind of and maybe he's played 3 more games than Rodri, or 4, I can't remember.
Yeah.
But it's only 3 games, so.
Interesting.
On here it says clean sheets. Obviously that comes down to the rest of the team.
Yeah.
I'll do Declan Rice first, then Rodri after.
Okay.
Clean sheets 6 to 10. Goals conceded 54 to 26. Bloody hell.
Yeah, but that's Man City.
That's Man City. Here we go. Blocks in general. 8 against 5.
Yep.
Interceptions 65 against 21.
Okay.
94 tackles against the 42. Tackles 1, 51 out of 20. 51 against 26. Last man tackles none to none. Clearances 44 to 25. Headed clearances 23 to 16. Aerial battles 1, 46, 52. And then we have penalties conceded 1 and 0.
Right, so you're saying he can start for pretty much any team in the Prem?
I say he can start over Henderson at Liverpool. He can start
Really?
He can start over Torreira at Arsenal. He can start over Fernandinho or Rodri at Man City. He starts
I think
over.
you're pushing the boat
A little
out
bit
with-
biased there, but
I think you're pushing the boat out with City and Liverpool. I think any team outside the top 2.
And
other
can I
than
just
the
say
top
he's
2.
only 20, 21, pushing 22 now.
Yeah, but I think it's a bold claim saying it'd start.
He will start over most.
okay.
I would say 15 out of the 20 clubs, maybe even 17 out of the 20.
Interesting.
But my opinion, Declan Rice starts over most, if not all, defensive midfielders, maybe midfielders in the Premier League.
Okay.
I knew you two would hate that one.
Now this one for my next opinion. I don't know whether you class it as an opinion or just a prediction kind of thing, but
This wind
I've put. Yeah, sorry about the wind. But I've put next season's Prem title race is going to be much tighter, with at least 6 teams challenging for the title. The likes of City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Man United, Wolves, and Arsenal.
I wouldn't say 6.
I don't think Arsenal can challenge.
I would say it will go down to the final game, maybe final 2 games of the season, and now between Liverpool, Man City, and Chelsea.
But you also look at Wolves. They've drawn so many this season, so if they turn those into wins, they could easily get top 4.
But you never know. You never know, really.
You never know, but I personally think that it'll be much tighter next season. With the
That kind of leads quite well onto my unpopular opinion.
what is it?
Liverpool had it easy this season.
Liverpool had the league easy.
Liverpool had
this
the league
season.
easy this season. Because look at Arsenal and United have weak squads,
Yeah.
and we've not had good results. We were nowhere near. Chelsea have such a young squad and had a transfer ban, so couldn't get any decent players
But
in.
they still done super well. For
Still
what
done
they,
very well for where they had.
Oh, the wind's changed directions now. It's going to go straight into.
Yeah, but City dropped off the pace quite early
Yeah.
and just didn't look like ever getting back. And then Sheffield United, not even there. And Spurs, well, just Spurs. But yeah, I honestly, this season has been one of the, in terms of a title
It is
race,
boring.
it's been one of the most boring title races I have ever
Yeah.
seen.
Speak up.
Like, honestly, I've not even seen in my lifetime a more boring title race.
It's been the relegation that's been more
It-
thrilling.
Yeah,
Relegation
the
in the Premier
relegation
League.
Just
battle
me
has
and you
been
are
the
in it.
most.
It's
Oh,
more-
I've got another opinion
Oh, we've
now.
got another one added on
I've
to the
just
list.
thought of one now.
That's interesting. I don't know whether I agree with you. I mean, Watford pulled a stunner, 3-0.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that really. They've had it easy this season, but purely based on forms of other teams, really.
Yeah. No, I can see where you thought that, where you're coming from.
I've got my next opinion,
Yeah.
unpopular opinion. Spurs is the new Arsenal, in a sense of position in the table, the value of players. He sits up for this now. I hate saying this myself because I hate Spurs.
So you think they'll win
I dislike
trophies?
Arsenal. I wouldn't say trophies, but they're
Spurs and trophies. There's a new one.
it's hard to say because you were in the Champions League final against Barcelona in what 2006.
Sol Campbell scored and then they beat us 2-1.
Spurs did that last season.
Yeah.
Got
So,
a penalty in like first.
I
30 seconds.
feel like Arsenal, when on Henry's kind of time, Henry and then Spurs, it's kind of gone. When Henry started leaving,
Yeah.
it's kind of just
As soon as the last of the Invincibles left, our squad went to shit.
ever since you moved to the
Excuse my
Emirates,
French,
really.
But I wouldn't say it's when we moved to the Emirates,
But
I don't think we should have moved from Highbury.
Do you
And
not?
I think we should have built a ground like Highbury, but just better and more structurally. I'll try that again. Structurally adequate.
I mean, Emirates is a nice stadium, but I feel
It is a nice stadium, but for the atmosphere, Highbury was just 10 times better.
this wind is really annoying me.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
No, it's fine.
If you can, drop this video a like.
If you don't.
If you don't, go subscribe instead.
There's always an alternative.
It's
right?
always
Always
cringe.
an alternative.
So that's your unpopular opinion.
That's
yeah?
mine. Spurs is the old Arsenal.
Yeah, I can agree. It's my turn again, now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is. What's the time?
Gareth Southgate is a bad manager for England. He done well in the.
He gone.
That's why it's unpopular opinion. He done well for England, and what he's done is what is good. It's good. I admit. He got us to the
in
semi.
his first World Cup, took us to
Let
the
me
semis.
speak. Let me speak. He got us to the semis in the 2018, right? But it's more for the way he picks his squad. Like, you got so much talent in the Championship. He never goes
I know
there.
why.
Kevin, no.
Grealish is not in the
I
squad.
didn't even think about that. It's more things like people like Kevin Phillips and the talents like that in.
Because they're not good enough.
They're not good enough. They're
What's a Championship player going to do with the likes of fucking Mbappe running at him?
He'll brick it. He'll
Yeah, I
absolutely
would brick it. If Mbappe ran at me, I'd be like, okay, see you later, mate.
I
Bye.
think it's after this next Euros, it's time for him to go and get someone like Eddie Howe in.
I mean, yeah, Eddie Howe is good, but I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
but he's not got the calibre that Southgate. For me,
I love
I
Southgate.
think-
Of course I do,
Southgate
but not
is
as a
my
manager
favourite
for
England
England.
manager I've seen. Obviously, because we've only had Roy Hodgson and Fabio Capello.
We've
Oh,
only seen
that's
like
a
three.
name.
see, for
Can you at least try and see it a little bit well?
No,
Can you not?
not
at all?
not even.
No. Move on.
Not even.
People are going to hate me. Or
Can I
something.
go next for
That's
this one?
honestly
Because mine's England
disgraceful.
related as well.
Yeah, you can go next.
Danny Ings,
Mhm.
this season, he gets into the England starting 11 over Harry Kane. Or the likes of Vardy or Rashford. Danny Ings.
Not over Vardy.
I wouldn't
He
say
gets in
Var-
over
Vardy's
Kane, but not
retired.
over Vardy.
I think Vardy's lost his legs now. He's had his spurt, but I'm saying that Danny Ings, he doesn't get
What,
benched
as a
on his.
starter?
He will start.
I don't think he
will
starts
start
over
for
Rashford.
England.
Not over Rashford.
This season, he's proven that
This season he's
deserves.
proven it.
He
yeah.
deserves a spot in the England squad.
He
I
deserves
think-
a spot, but I don't think he starts. I think
I
he's
think
a
he
player that
starts.
comes on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the experience in the squad though. For me, if you're playing in your national squad, you need experience. But okay, so that's coming
that was a quick one. I just want to.
No.
coming back to mine.
What?
This is my one, okay?
What? I can't
Pardon,
hear
I can't hear you.
So yeah, this is mine.
Sit up and speak to
This
the.
is
Speak
mine
to
now.
the people.
You're not on
Right.
you're not on your sofa, sat at home watching CBeebies, right? You're sat here talking to them. Get on.
See babies.
That's the first thing that came to my mind.
You
Just
had
get
to
on.
do. Why was it the first thing that came to your mind? Is that what you've been watching at home?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I'm a
Alright.
massive fan of Peppa Pig.
That's not even on
It's
See
not even on-
Babies,
That's
mate.
not even.
Why are we talking about
Why are we talking about kids'
kids
TV
shows?
shows? Anyway, moving on.
for a football channel?
Anyway, so my next unpopular opinion: the Scottish League is boring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It is boring.
Rangers
No,
or
I don't-
Celtic.
I think
It's
that's
honestly, even if Rangers mount a fight, everyone knows Celtic are going to win it.
Big up Rangers.
And
Okay.
honestly, I think I could probably change that to just Celtic are boring. Like, Genuinely. I'm honestly so bored of just watching Celtic win it every year.
Could you say that the Scottish Premiership could mix in with the Premier League?
That actually
If
was
it
my
did,
next
I
one.
think that would actually be good.
I
I think
'cause
Celtic would be about mid-table.
You already got Wales in the Premier League. You
Well,
got
before
Swans.
we talk
well, I
about
wouldn't
that, can I
say
just say
We
my
had
next?
Premier League.
Swansea.
Can I just say my next? Because my next one is actually Premier League should have some Scottish teams in it, like Rangers and Celtic. That was my unpopular
Yeah,
opinion.
but
It
I
just-
think
I think it makes the
Makes sense.
It
22
makes
team
the
league.
football season longer. Yay.
yeah, but then
More
the
work for
fitness
us.
is gonna have to be better,
Yeah.
isn't it?
But how would Rangers and Celtic do in the Premier League? Where would they be?
They'll challenge
I'd
for
say
Europa.
Rangers, Celtic would be challenging for Europa League.
They'll
and I think-
not Champions League, Europa.
Yeah, I think Celtic would be the new Sheffield United, and I think Rangers would be maybe Newcastle, Burnley.
Nah, they'd be your Arsenal. Mix
Maybe. Yeah.
Arsenal this season.
Yeah.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Light
do
keeps on
think
going in and out. He doesn't want to.
Well, they've got a net. See if we could borrow them.
No.
Anyway, no, that's an interesting thought.
I like that. I could see Scottish clubs in the Premier
I
League
would love that to happen.
or in
And
the
in the Championship.
in the
just get rid of the
Championship
Scottish
and
League
League
at
1
all.
and 2.
Imagine Scotland, some team in Scotland away,
Oh my
Hearts
God.
away.
I think that's why they don't do it. It's because the journeys from
Yeah.
Oh,
from
yeah.
Brighton all the way
But
to Rangers.
Jesus Christ.
Mate, you're going up. You have to book the 2
You'd
days.
have, to,
get
you'd
a
have to get
flight.
flights in there.
Get a flight.
A 40-minute flight, something like
Get a
I mean,
flight
that'd be
into
good
Glasgow.
for flight companies after this pandemic.
that. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Who's
Tom, have you
who's it
got one
next?
more? Or is it? I've said
the,
mine,
I've got
think.
the one that I thought of,
Yeah. What's that?
and I think.
I'll say. You say your last one. I'll say
Wait,
mine.
if I can remember mine. I can't remember that.
Okay, David, do you want to share your next one?
I can't remember it.
Okay.
I think we
actually
do. I
done
think
them.
we do 2 more, then I think we end the show
Yeah.
there.
My.
Daily Jogger.
Go on, son, keep going.
Go on then, David. What's your
Okay.
What's your final?
This might not. This probably isn't an unpopular opinion. This is just an opinion, right? A lot of you have probably seen the new Premier League ball for next season. It is either a golf ball, or if you've seen what you
Come
put on
in,
the
come
wall
in.
before you put a tile on, it looks like that.
Well, insert an
I'm
image.
just
It
gonna-
is.
I'm just gonna-
We'll put an image into it, but it is honestly awful. It is, just so bad.
Luckily, either Tom
I mean,
or I
look
won't
at
be
this
playing.
ball. Look how nice this ball is.
And
Look
yeah.
at it. It's beautiful. And then they're gonna ruin it by putting a crappy ball that looks like it should belong on
Alright,
a golf
next
course.
on Unpopular
My next
Opinion.
one.
Or
Grr.
the final
Premier
one.
League.
This is the
sort it
final
out.
one. Shh.
Shut up.
Final one. You ready? I don't know if this is gonna be
Unpopular.
unpopular or not, but VAR is a genius invention. Minus the errors, when it's used right, it helps the referees and makes
Yes.
the game fair.
To be fair, I would give that.
VAR is.
I'd give that.
VAR is. I should move over a bit.
Yeah, come on.
VAR is good.
Yeah,
It
it
is
just
good, I
has to
think.
be used right, and the referees go to
If
the
it's used
screens.
right and the referees actually go to the screen, I think that's where
They
it's
need
that's where the issue lies. At the minute, it's video referee. It's not video assistant referee.
Yeah.
Yes.
If
And
the
I-
referees actually went and had it, sorry, if the referees actually went and had a look at the screen for themselves, then I'd be actually satisfied with it.
If they change the rules of like handball in the box,
Hmm.
if they change the rules to make it easier, I think it's kind of getting
for me,
sidetracked a bit.
I think the offside rule. I think they should change it. If it's not a goal-scoring part that's offside, I don't think it should be offside.
Or instead of
'Cause I don't see how you're gaining an advantage with your hand being offside or your index finger.
Or your,
that's what.
or your armpit hair, or something.
Yeah, your
like
armpit.
It should.
hair.
I think offside should be
that.
from.
There should be a margin of error.
It's if my hand is offside, that will class me as offside. Or no,
I think
it's,
it
it's,
should
no,
be-
it's from here, isn't it? If
I
this-
think it should be. You have to be more than 30 centimeters off.
Yeah.
no,
No, actually, more than
no.
10
It
centimeters.
should be. It should be if your foot is offside. Any part of your
Yeah, about that.
any part of you. The
that's
part
the
that
off, that's onside. That's offside. If your foot is there, you're offside.
Yeah.
Onside. If because it's football, but play by the foot.
Yeah, exactly. I don't understand how
You've got
they're
a s-
giving it massively for your hand being offside.
You've got 2020 technology, camera technology, where you've got cameras covering every point of the game. Why are they only using just like 3 cameras? Why don't you just use all of them?
Yeah.
Also, as well, this is maybe I've put this last unpopular opinion in. I think the offside rule. I don't think that it should be if there's an offside in the build-up.
No.
If there's an offside in the build-up, that's not.
No.
If it doesn't relate directly to the goal,
No.
if it's at least 5 passes of the ball later,
that's
I
more
don't.
technical.
That's just being petty. I don't really see why you should disallow a goal for an offside that happened 5 minutes ago.
If you're past the last line of defence, you're past the last line of defence, and you're offside. That's just you're making it even more complicated for a job that referees are struggling, even though it's being made easier for them.
Yeah.
I think that's
No, that's an interesting thought.
But no, I think that would be good. That's it for this episode, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really?
So
I'll
again,
let you go on.
leave your opinions below. If we can figure out how to put we'll put poll in.
I'll try and find a way. If I can't, then comment down below.
Comment down below.
If I can't do the,
if you can't do the poll.
I think it's this corner or that corner. I can't remember.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please make sure to subscribe, like this video, and as we said, comment. Follow us on Twitter and share around. I'll be much appreciated. And I think 6 PM Monday.
You've had a crap day Monday.
I
said this last week.
Shut
Shut
up!
up.
Do this.
It was true though. You come home from a crappy Monday and shot on targets out.
You're gonna say this every week.
Set it for your phone calendar reminder.
Yeah.
Thingy.
See you
Put
next
that little
week. Thank
notification
you.
bell on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
See you next week.
Bye.